everybody. You probably wondered where the heck I was. So, so evidently, I've been talking to myself for the last 4 minutes. Yeah, I was recording to the wrong stream. So, thank you for joining me. My name's Mariella Stites, and I appreciate you coming to create with me today in the Creativity Nest. So, let me just reiterate everything I've just said to nobody, because I was recording not to Facebook. So today is Emmy's 3c's. We've been doing this for years and years. This morning we met in person, had some lovely ladies here. We made a card and we enjoyed some sweet treats. And then I go online. Yes, I know. It was so crazy. Then I go online and just visit with you. Make sure you're commenting because I always give the card away. On Monday, I do a random comment generator and give that card away, and I send it to you in the mail. So, on that same note, Joey from Hawaii, if you're paying attention or you're on watching, you won the card last time, and I sent you a message, but since we're not Facebook friends, then you probably didn't get the message. So send me your address, message me, and I'll send that to you in the mail. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Beth. Beth, we were talking about you this morning, but I can't remember why. Oh, wait, I do remember why. So we were talking, there's a friend of mine, Sarah, and she might be listening, and she's having a big garage sale. Hi, Amy. Garage sale this weekend and has tons and tons of yarn. She's just like got a crafter's dream, all kinds of things. So I might tag you in it. Good morning, Cindy. And that way, if anyone wants more information on it, just let me know. She has sewing mats and storage things and yarn and fabrics and gosh, everything. You could, if you're a crafter, she has it. She's in the sales in Bement. So if you're interested, send me a PM and I'll send you a link to her. She's got a ton of pictures on there. You can take a look at it. So I'm just going to share that for Sarah. So Cindy, we missed you at class Wednesday. I've got some goodies here for you. So stop by the nest sometime. Yeah, so I'm a little bit late because I was, if you didn't hear, I was recording to Nowhere Land. I talked to myself for 2 minutes and didn't realize that no one was on. So hopefully I'm on live now. It must be. The rummage sale is in Bement. And so send me a PM though, because I might not remember. So send me a PM and I will share the link so you can get more details on where it is. And beads. And she had a whole thing of beads. I thought of you actually, Cindy, because Cindy's a beader. So I thought of you because she had a thing that was marked beads. I couldn't see what was in the big tub. As a big tub. I couldn't see what was in it. Yeah, so lots of beads. And I know you like that. So what's everyone doing today? What are you drinking? I already had my double shot. And so it's 11:37. I'm done with coffee. I think because I'll be like, I wasn't sure how I would be feeling today. I almost canceled my in-person coffee class this morning because yesterday I had my third booster shot and a flu shot at the same time, and I wasn't sure how I would be feeling. I feel fine. Chuck feels fine. Ethan and Hannah both got theirs, and they're both headachy and feeling body aches and a little rundown, but Advil will help them tremendously. And then the other two kids are getting theirs next week. They're both on vacation right now. So then we'll all be booster vaccinated. So we had the Pfizer. So I don't think it's out yet for the Moderna. So, yeah. So you're fixing green beans. Okay, good. I'm going to take you down to my desk so you can see what we had as our treat. You ready to see the treat? Because I worked really hard on this. No, I didn't. I bought it. So this is from Costco. It's a pumpkin loaf, and it's got cream cheese with white chocolate shavings. And I'm going to tell you, it's delicious. Totally, utterly delicious. So that was our treat this morning. I told the girls that I kind of copped out on them because I wasn't sure I was going to be feeling. We didn't get home from town till 8 or 8:30, and then had to make supper, and it was late, and so they got not my best of me, but I think everyone went away happy. Their tummy got coffee, and they got the treat, and then we made a card. So luckily, everyone who came this morning had not come to class Wednesday, so we snagged a card from Wednesday's class, and everyone got to make. I let them pick whatever one they wanted out of the 4 designs. So I'm going to show you one of those today because we are going to go like off of the Teach Me Tuesday, which was on different size cards, right? We did slimline cards in different sizes, and this card is also a different size. So hopefully it will inspire you to kind of shake up your card making and do something a little different. So the card that we're going to make is actually a 4¼ by 4¼ card. And this is an envelope. This is our regular envelope. And I made it into a 4½ by 4½ envelope, and I'll show you how to do that. I was going to do this with the class, but I looked on the USPS website, and this is not a mailable size. So this card is great when you're going to give it with the gift. It's a happy birthday card, but you cannot mail this in the mail. And so, you know, most of the time we like to mail. So, but this, I'm going to show you this so that you can have that option. Okay, you made the bagalopes. Yeah, good. I kind of have my camera a little, I'm going to tilt it towards me just a little bit so I don't have to be so far away. So this is the card we're going to make. This was a really popular card from Wednesday night's class. This is a birthday card, totally adorable, using the Count on Me stamp set right here, which has, I say it's an Australian stamp set because we've got the little koala bears. Does anyone know what that is? A little kiwi, right? There's a little kangaroo, and then we've got little penguin and a little bear and a little fox. So totally adorable. So I picked this little guy, and this card is one that I cased. And if you don't know what case means, it means copy and steal everything, or copy and share everything, or, you know, however you want it to be. I copied it. So I changed it up. I usually try to take the design, the original design, and change it up a little bit. So what I did was I added my stitching, and I used the Stitchery stamp set. So if you haven't used this, or if you haven't used it, or you don't have, Luann, you were here. So this was one of the most popular ones, right, Lou? This is the one that everyone really liked. But these are so nice just to give you don't think about it, but just to give your cards a little edge, you know, a little stitching. Here's a double stitch line, a zigzag, some decorative, a blanket stitch. I don't know what the one we're going to use. I don't know what stitch that is. Slip stitch maybe. And then there's a double row, a knit, kind of a knit stitch, and then there's a zigzag going into a tighter embroidery stitch. So this stamp set is really, really cute. Then we added a third stamp set. Okay, I know this is a lot of stamp sets, but do you have bunches of fun? This one's so cute. Not necessarily, okay, the drawings are cute. I mean, come on. Little dog has this little cone of shame. That's cute, right? But the words, I mean, the older you get, the better you get, unless you're a banana. And then the inside would say, wishing you bunches of fun on your birthday, hence bunches of fun. So cute. But I like this little word. Hope you feel special. I usually just send a text. I mean, these days, right? We just send texts. We just, we don't really mail cards. So we're going to make a card, and we're going to put on the inside, hope you feel special. I usually just send a text, and then there's our little guy peeking out from the side. So let's get started with this card. Like I said, it's a 4¼ by 4¼ and the reason I did that is because our envelopes fit 4¼ by 5½ cards, and so I wanted it to be at least a 4, and I couldn't go over 4¼ because it wouldn't fit an envelope. So what you're going to need is a piece of base cardstock, which is 4¼ by 8½, right? 4¼ twice. Sorry, I left my computer on, so it's dinging at me. 4¼ twice is 8½. So this is an 8½ piece of paper. I'll get rid of the thing there so you can see everything. By 4¼ and we're going to fold that in half, and that's our card base, and I'm using basic black. And remember, we want comments because that's how you're going to win this card. So if you want this card sent to you in the mail, then comment. So then we're going to do the stitching. Okay. So we talked about this morning as the girls were making it. I'm an eyeball girl. I will just eyeball it. I just take the stamp and eyeball it. And they kind of laughed at me. They go, yeah, well, you're a professional, whatever. So I'm going to share with you what they shared. And I thought this was great. And I love that they were doing this. So they had their grid paper. Okay. So here's my grid paper. And they use that as a guide. So this grid paper not only keeps your desk clean, but it's great to use as a guide. So I'm using Memento Tuxedo Black Memento ink. And what they did was they just set it up here. There's a dark crisscross, and set it up on the line. And then they're using the that as a guide and just putting it all the way down at the bottom. And you're going to turn it a quarter turn each time. So using the grid, keeping your card straight, and then popping it up. So it's brilliant, right? Super, super smart. Stamp. And remember, on these stamps, it's very important that you're just stamping straight down and straight up. Don't rock your stamp or you're going to get some of that ink on it. It's really important that you do this straight up and straight down. I'm going to get rid of this for now. I'm going to bring it back in when I do my inside. So here's my stitching right here, nice and easy and straight. That doesn't take a lot of supplies. This is a very straightforward card. I'm going to ink up my little guy, and I want his balloon to be going kind of straight up. So I'm going to tip him a little bit here to the side, straight down, straight up. And then I'm going to add the words happy birthday. You could put this anywhere on this card, okay? You could put it right here, over here, up here. Doesn't matter. I'm going to put it down here, and I'm going to pull it up just this little bit more than my sample. Straight down, straight up. So there's my happy birthday. And I think probably while I have it out, I'll go ahead and stamp them again. And here I'm going to bring my grid paper back in because I'm going to stamp off. And this ink, I want just his face and his little balloon peeking out. So I'm going to stamp him like that. So there he is saying hello. And then the words, hope you feel special. I usually just send a text. I might get my head in the way. Let's see. Okay, so there's the inside of my card. So let's do a little bit of coloring. You don't need, I'm going to take this off. This I can wash, I think. The only colors that you need is light and dark. I use Cherry Cobbler, and the reason I did that is because these are the little flags I'm using, and that just felt darker, like Cherry Cobbler. I use a basic black, and I used the dark pumpkin pie, and that's just for his little beak and then his feet. So we're just going to color that in just dark pumpkin pie. No need for shading. That's a really small image. And then the light, I'm going to use the nib end since these are all small places to color. And I'm going to color the balloon in light crumb cake. If you want to leave a little white spot, you can. I'll just do them both at the same time. So this is kind of an assembly line version where you're going to do all your coloring of one color and then set that aside. You're going to take your nib end of your dark. I just like to run it around the side, kind of a little U shape, just like this, to give it darkness at the bottom. And then I go back in with my light. I'm just checking to see if I have any questions. Okay, go back in with my light and blend that shading in a little bit. So there's my balloons. And then finish off with the black, the dark basic black for my little guy's body, because he's just a little black penguin. I don't think he's a puffin. I think he's a penguin, don't you? I think so. He's going to kind of all come to fruition here as I put the black on him. Okay, so there's the one for the inside. Super fast and easy. If you wanted to make multiples of this card, it wouldn't take you very long. But stay tuned. Don't don't leave yet because I'm going to show you how to modify your envelope to fit this if you were going to send it or just hand it to somebody. Okay. Hey, Brenda, good. I'm glad that you could make it. Go back and watch from the beginning if you haven't seen it all. Okay, so he is so cute. Now we're gonna make some flags. I'm gonna bring in my scissors. I've got a pair right here. And if you remember, these are just 1 inch by 2 inches and 1 inch by 1.5. I like to go straight up the middle. I kind of eyeball the middle and then come up from each corner and meet it. Meet right there in the middle. And that way I'm not going, back and forth, trying to get it straight. It's straight every time. When you go up through the middle first and then come in from each corner and meet it, you can't go wrong. Each time it's perfect. Okay, so there's my two flags, and I'm going to use a little adhesive. This is actually the free celebration paper that's not available anymore, so I apologize in advance, but it was just perfect for this card. And then this is also the free celebration. So we got a lot of it. I got to use it, and I thought that for this it was cute. So there's that. And then we're going to take the, this is the black and white twine from the Pet Parade, or Pampered Pet. And I like to just, these are the little tips I like to share. I like to keep it on now I was super generous with this, and I'm going to lose a little bit because I'm going to cut this, but I like to leave it on the bolt and then trim it. If I was being smart, I wouldn't have had that extra inch. And then using a mini glue dot, just come in. Boy, that's a big mini glue dot. Do you ever notice how they really are different sizes? This is a ginormous one. Just put that there. And there's the front of our card. So I'm going to go ahead and tape it on to my card base. You can make the card open from top to bottom. You can make it open from right to left. I think I'm going to do it like a traditional card, just for fun. Have it open like this. And then I'm going to finish the inside. You're not. So do you use the punch, Kim? I know there. Yes. Yeah. There's a punch. There's several punches that you can use. One of the ladies here likes to use the punch too. She grabbed it off my desk. I always use just hand. To me, it's harder to go get the punch. And with that tiny little piece of paper, sometimes it's hard to get that into the punch, and I don't want to have to deal with it. So here's the super cute card. So you want to see how to make the envelope? Okay. So we're going to take this envelope here, and I'm going to bring in my grid paper. And the reason I'm bringing it in is so that you can see. So this envelope is 4 and 1, 2, 3. So 4 3/8 by 5 and just a little over 3/4. So 4 3/8. We want to make it 4 3/8 by 4 3/8. And then I want to give it an extra, I'm going to go up to 4 3/4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it off at 4 3/4. Bring in my cutter. I'm going to cut it off. I want to cut it off. I want to cut it off from my right side. It doesn't matter. It's just my personal preference. 4 3/4. But I want to score it. So this is 4 3/8. Am I on? Yeah. 4 and, let me make sure. 4 and 1, 2, 3/8 by 4. This is my cut side. 4 3/8 right here. And that's where I want to do my scoring. Okay, I'm going to score. Okay, so this is my card. Oh, I did it on the wrong side. After all that, I still did it on the wrong side, but that's okay. So this is what you're going to have, okay? I'm going to try to use cellular data and see what happens. I'm going offline, so. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Super, super funky, but we're going to make it work. And what we're going to do is we are going to do a little snipping. So we're going to snip it right here at this little edge up to this score mark. We're going to get rid of this piece right here. Okay, so let me get that up, and then let me get my scissors in there. I'm going to come down and meet it. Okay, so we're getting rid of that. We're going to get rid of this one up here at the top. Come in on the fold. Okay, so you're with me so far? We just got rid of this piece here and this piece here. Now we're going to trim this one from right here. We just want to make it purdy. But we're going to fold this in. We're going to fold this piece in. Now, if I trim this, it'll help too. So we're going to get rid of that. Okay, so I'm going to fold this in. Tell me if you can't see. Oh, I'm going to keep recording. I'll keep recording. Don't worry. Come back and you'll see it. So, all right, now we need some liquid glue, which of course I don't have at my desk. I'm going to go grab it. I've got it over here. Going to bring 3 because you never know which one's going to work. Okay, we're going to use a little bit of liquid glue right there on this flap. Hold it. Now, how do we make this match? So we could make a template. I could take my pencil and I could just make a template. I could just draw a little template like this. Cut it. This is if you're a perfectionist. If you're a perfectionist. This is not how I did it. But if you're a perfectionist, let me see if I'm on camera. Oh yeah, I still am. You could take this template, flip it over. I know you're going, what? And then you can just cut that, okay? Put it right here at the point. Get it down at the point. And all you're going to do is just take your scissors. Okay, that is if you're a perfectionist. If you're me, you would just eyeball it and be like, yeah, that's good. All right, so now look. No one is going to be the wiser. You're going to trim that so that matches. If you want to stamp your little penguin, right here on the flap is a good one because then when you're coloring him, and it won't color through 2 layers of envelope, okay? So that's how you do the envelope. And then hopefully my little thing will fit right in there. Oh, it's still wet. It's going through the thing. So this is how I would make it if I wanted my, oh goodness gracious. If I wanted to hand deliver this in my, it's still wet. So if I want to put this in a package with the birthday present, so this is how I would do it. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to remind you what stamp sets we use. We use Count on Me, Bunches of Fun, and Stitchery. Okay. I'm going to put up the host code and the shopping link. If you're interested, remember that I am now doing tutorials. So anyone who uses this host code at the end of the month will get a free tutorial sent to them in an email with some beautiful cards and all the instructions. So I know I'm not online, but I'm going to send this up there for you to be able to see it. So have no fear. Hopefully you're watching it later. Just wanted to say thank you for coming to create with me today. I really appreciate you guys, and thank you for just being creative with me. I am super thrilled that you are being creative all the time, hopefully every day, like me. Whether even if it's not card making, you're doing something creative, whether it's in the kitchen or in doing something else. So you guys have a great day. Bye everybody.